Ooh, ooh. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I don't know if I should talk about this. I was trying to stay away from this topic, but here I go. Let me. I don't know, man. Should I talk about it or what, y'all? Ay, 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 ay. Whew. All right. Let me ask y'all something. Why is it that when companies or institutions talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, yep, DEI, people get all up in arms. But when Jesus did it, they call it ministry. I didn't see that coming out. Because let's be real, if Jesus were walking the earth today, doing the same things he did back then, a lot of the same people who claim to follow him would be calling him a radical, a socialist, or even a threat to traditional values. Think about it. Jesus didn't roll with the elite. He didn't cater to the religious leaders who held all the power. No, he spent his time with the poor, the sick, the outcasts, the sinners, the ones society didn't think were worthy. He uplifted the very people others rejected. He told them they mattered, that they were just as loved, just as valuable in God's eyes as anyone else. If that's not inclusion, what is? And what about equity? Jesus didn't just come to spread love. He came to level the playing field. He flipped tables in the temple because the religious leaders were exploiting people. He told the rich man to give up his wealth to follow him, while telling the poor that theirs was the kingdom of heaven. He spoke of a world where the first would be last and the last would be first. That's not just a feel good message. That's a direct challenge to systems of inequality. But here's where it gets even more uncomfortable for some people. Jesus didn't just include people. He actively sought out those who were excluded. The woman at the well, a Samaritan, right? She was a Samaritan, someone Jews weren't supposed to associate with. The lepers, people no one would touch, right? The tax collectors, the ones society despised. Over and over again, Jesus centered the marginalized. That's the very definition of inclusion. So, why is it that some of the loudest voices today, the ones who claim to follow Jesus, say they're Christians, are the first to oppose modern DEI efforts? Why is it that when society, tries to ensure fairness and uplift the disadvantaged, those same people suddenly act like that's going too far. If Jesus were here today advocating for the same people he did back then, would they even recognize him? Or would they be the ones trying to silence him? You know, at the end of the day, this isn't about politics. It's about truth. If Jesus wasn't about diversity, equity, and inclusion, then what exactly was he about? And if you claim to follow him, why does that message make you uncomfortable? If you agree, if you disagree, if this made you think, hey, follow me, like my content, and drop a comment. Let's talk about it. Thank you.